It is I, your ghost sister with the mostest, Amity Nemurou. Yoroshiku. Hi, FANART. I hope you're doing well today, cause we are on our way to fight some crimes today. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You got your lawyer armbands and your sunglasses and your yeah! Bam, bam, ready? Hello, teapots, how you doing? Welcome. Guys, I had the best day ever. It was so good because like so many dogs came today. They came over to our building today when I was at my haunting job. Sometimes, very rarely, our clients will bring in their dogs. And today, this lady, she brought her little polter pup and she put it up on the counter and it was so fluffy. And she's like, I hope you don't mind this, but if I put her down on the ground, she's gonna run away. And we're all just like, please put your dog here because we want to see your dog. Please. So we're working with this client and we're like, what is this dog's name? She's like, her name's Snorkel. Her name was Snorkel. She was this white fluffy poodle. It was so cute. Oh, I'm so glad the weather was so beautiful. Yes! It's the best. Beautiful weather. Last day at your job. Ooh, new experiences on the horizon then. That's kind of exciting. Oh, I hope the next steps for you are fantabulous. Oh man, but nice busy days. I'm glad the vibes are so good. I'm still on over this dog. Another lady came in with her big dog, which we couldn't see. She's like, she's very shy. We're like, that's okay. We don't want your dog to be stressed out. So she picks up the dog so we could see the dog. And we're like, ma'am, you don't have to. It's a really big dog. She's like, no, I want you to see this dog. It was so fluffy. I loved it. I wish I could have smooched it, but for obvious reasons, I could not. The dog was very anxious, but very cute. I was so happy. Every time I see a big dog, I'm always like, how could I have ever been afraid of them? You know? I get why people are scared of big dogs. I get it. I used to be terrified. But I can no longer relate to that state of mind. Because I love them. But yeah, it was a really good day. And I got to be a bit of a ghost office hero, too. I got to help out around today in ways that actually made a difference, which was really fun. Because, you know. But anyway, how's about you guys want to head over to the gaming room and want to just kind of get on with the show? You guys got your sunglasses? Hi, bye, yo! I'm glad you could catch this one too. So, guys, let's head over to the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let's head over to the gaming room. I was getting it set up. It's gonna appear eventually. Hold on. Full screen for me, baby. Okay. It's doing something kind of funky. Let's see if I can get this fixed. Sir! Oh, this is weird. Hold on. Hold on. It's not full screening proper for me. Hold on, give me a second. We're doing great, guys. We're doing great. A hero! Finally conquered? No. I conquered lockpicks, though. Alright, I'm gonna turn down the volume for myself just a bit. I'm gonna turn the volume up for you guys. Ta-da! Yeah, second strongest! Lower it goes! Wait, who's the strongest? Techless, who's the strongest? I must know. I must meet them. I must. But before we get into it, I'm a little proud of myself. What I did today at my ghosting job. So, I have my sister in the mainline. That's a good point. Also, spoilers. This is a wild series. Anyway, I have many little hobbies, and one of my hobbies right now is learning how to lockpick. So I always keep a lockpicking set on me, and I've never been able to practice on a big real lock. So today, my manager calls me up. She's like, "Hey, Amity, can you float on up to the office, the big office? Because we got like a bunch of different offices in our office. It's a weirdly confusing building." So I'm like, sure, what's up? So I float on up, and she's like, "Did you bring your lockpicking set?" I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "We don't have a key for this really important filing cabinet, and we may have locked some important documents in there." So the entire office watched as I picked this lock for like 3 minutes, and they're like, "Whee! Let me save the day! Whee!" And everybody clapped. But I felt kind of cool. All right, let's get into the next one. Now that I'm done talking about myself. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Oh, ho, ho. Why am I wearing? Hold on, I gotta take off my hoodie. I do this every time. I put on a little jacket, and I'm like, let's start the stream, and then I start getting really warm because I'm wearing a jacket in the attic, which gets really hot really fast. I'm not smart. Not always. Oh, cutscene. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Ho, ho, ho.
In a corner of that small, dark room,
that's voice acting!
Sholmes and I waited with
God,
bated breath.
Sholmes.
In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound.
Oh.
Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one
Sholmes, Evram saw it. Hi, Demon King!
The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled
I'm not a cloud. Don't laugh at
I
me.
believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson.
Oh?
In front of us was an enormous adder,
Whoa.
its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Thank you. I like your energy too. Oh, guys, we got a snake. Oh, hold on. I gotta just move down just a little. There we are. January 9th. I forgot to read it. Dang it. Whoa! Oh, we still have.
So then, let us unravel this mystery
Whoa!
and discover what events led to this curious murder.
Uh-oh.
Pray, do excuse me.
Okay.
The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed.
Okay.
No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
Well, let's get the classic.
Almost certainly.
Oh, Herlock Sholmes. What a ridiculous name. I love this man already.
A Russian word.
This is him?
So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time.
Oh.
It's the most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message.
Okay.
In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
What is this? Whoa.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well,
Oh.
what have we here?
There's a person in there.
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
Whoa, this is a short case.
Don't be absurd.
Is this a flashback?
This is murder, and it cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
Okay, love this dude's
I
vibes.
mean, the culprit is in there.
Does everyone have a British accent?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
Except for the Russian guys. I think those guys are Russian.
Detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes.
It's so silly every time.
You must have heard of me.
Oh, who's the killer? Ah, my head is throbbing. I think we're winning. Hi, Alexis. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh. Whoa. Wait. I can't move. Yeah, nope. His name's Herlock Sholmes. Welcome to Ace Attorney. What the? Why am I in handcuffs? Wait, where even are we? So you wake up now, Oh, it's this guy. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe you would. I do not believe how you could wake up. Not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Da, we found you. And now you pay, criminal. Ah. Hey, no! Say so! Say so! No! How long are you hiding in a tiny wardrobe, sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, Oh, please don't throw me in the ocean. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh! Uh-oh. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Mr. Sato! Wait, what did you just say? Uh-oh, guys, are we getting another murder pinned on us? It's been, oh my gosh. Take his life? Where is he? No. Where's Kazuma? No. Ha! You pretend not to know. You're a wolf in the sheep's pelt. No, 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 no. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? No. April Fools! April Fools! No! No! No, it wasn't! No, no, no! Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. No, no, no! No! Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. No, 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 no! His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep! Kazuma's dead? No, he's not! But he can't be, he's not, he's okay! They're lying, April Fools! And these handcuffs, surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? I didn't! He's not dead! He's okay! It's just a prank, bro! Answer me, please! No! I'm not the killer! No! My thoughts exactly! Kazuma! It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? I think he's gonna get framed for every single case. That's my prediction. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die! Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. Oh, I'm like a contortionist! You must be even less of a man than you look. What is that supposed to mean? Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body! I can't help that I'm flexible! I think the magic fan dies with him. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you can find yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ugh, I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. I know, right? It's magic. We think he has like a magic fan that follows him everywhere. Or had one. No, has. He's still alive. He's okay. They're lying? That's gonna be what we find out in the case, that he's actually okay. And he's gonna testify to his own murder. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for too long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I could stick it over the wardrobe once you're inside. I don't know. That's why I was in the closet there. Yeah, this game really was like, damn, this kid is like a criminal. Everyone, this guy's a criminal. Let's bully him. Minosuke's gonna be good at clearing his name. Oh yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot to read that. Hold on, history. We'd only been at sea for about 15 days. How could this have happened? Hey, thank you for the subscription, hey Skipper! Thank you! Welcome, welcome! We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer! No, I'm not a murderer! Duh, you said before, you said you'd admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. No. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try and find out what really happened. Tell me about Cosmo's death. Maybe the bandana's the speckled. It's the speckled. What was it? Speckled rope? Wait, but that was a snake. Hold on. Maybe his headband was a snake the entire time and it killed him. Big brain. Hello, Russell Fallen Star. Welcome. Our best friend's been murdered. He really has been killed, hasn't he? It wasn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via the porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. Russell, how could you? You just got here. I trusted you. Take it away, boys. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside the cabin. Nuh-uh, we gotta vent. Locked door mystery, my beloved, indeed. Or do you have some other explanation? Not yet. This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge? Even despite the circumstances? Hey, I mean, we got out of one impossible blame accusation. It's called accusation, guys. I can't believe you guys didn't know the word accusation. Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. Ooh, that's not good. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then? It's true, yes. Okay, ask about the incident. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. What? No! I can't even go through doors! I'm not fire! Jealousy of the magic bandana! I will admit I was jealous of his bandana, but I wouldn't murder him over it! It's not like that. You don't know what really happened. You don't understand, Team Post. No, I'm not the killer. Don't you understand? It's a locked room mystery. How could I have done it? I don't even know how locks work. I mean, I do, but you know, shoot. Oh, damn, I really did implicate myself at the beginning of this stream, huh? Shoot. I'm gonna work hard to prove my innocence. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Sissy, go, City! Hey! I'll fight you! I'll fight you, Zomatic! I'll fight you! I'm innocent! Sussy! Ah, close enough. Well, yes, I was, but... No! I would never do such a thing! I don't lure you. I can't help that people like my thighs. It's not my fault. I'd never do such a thing. That would require me to have any form of exercise or any kind of lower body strength. I float. There's no leg training. He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Ah, ghosts can't go through doors. They're not fire. I was waiting outside this cabin, as I have every day so far in this voyage. I'd also get stuck in the door if I tried. I can go through floors, but I still get stuck sometimes. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I have to still use those accursed stairs. Even in my afterlife, I can't. Douglas! No! Don't you go! Okay, you guys can say something! Moving on! Focus! I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already done when Susato arrived at the cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. And then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... No! Kazuma... You guys! Kazuki, no! Kazuki, no! Unsay so, I bonkety bonk 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 bonk! Teapots! Yeah! And then the white tape here now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me! Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. You think we were drugged? Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Oh? Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Hi, Goose! Hello. Why go to such extreme length? Hi, Shade! To smuggle me into England with you. Guys, I got really bad news about Kazuma. He's playing a really mean prank on us where he's pretending to have been murdered. Kazuki! I knew it. No worries, Goose. I'm happy you're here.
It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself.
Well, yes, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious.
You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that.
Oh yeah, no, the mortician's gonna have a real bad time of it. It's gonna be really awkward. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Oh, I gotta adjust my size. I'm a little far back. Let me just scoot in. Scooting in. There we go. Well, actually, now I'm a little too close. There we go. There we are. I've scooted.
That's something to decide. You can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of the cultural development, the center of the world in many ways.
Double criminal homicide. No!
There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Well, no, definitely not.
But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then...
Then what?
Nothing. Forget it.
Huh?
Kazuma-san he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you.
Yes, maybe. Oh, thank you! Thank you.
But something's still bothering me. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before.
I love Triangle. Amity likes the bandana, but the bandana likes Kazuma, so she kills Kazuma for the bandana. I could never get in the way of such a beautiful love. Oh no! My yandere arc.
It seems I've been found out.
All right, it was me. I wanted the bandana for myself. Aishiteru bandana-sama. 冗談です。冗談です。It's a joke. Maybe.
Susato-san? I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, anyway.
Yamity! Oh, I love that! Oh my gosh, I love that! I'm writing... Somebody write that down. Somebody write that down.
If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association.
Right, you hit the nail on the head.
That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact.
Oh, he's coming, probably. He's on his way. Last night.
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
Well, the thing is...
I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always does.
Just like he always did.
And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
But, oh my gosh. Oh no, it's like a Romeo and Juliet situation. Oh
no! Well, yes.
Kazuki, I bonk thee!
I know it sounds unbelievable. I do, but it's the truth.
It's kind of cool that this is like first person.
If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really?
We were drugged! You don't think Kazuma drugged us, do you? Maybe it was a crew member. Maybe it was the Russian guy from before. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there was no one else who could have possibly done this. Yeah, maybe it was someone else. Kazuma. I don't understand. Why? Oh yeah, no. Real fun fact. Apparently, I'm gonna do a little side thing about what you just said there. This is why I understand. Apparently, we might have misinterpreted the intentions of Romeo and Juliet, because we weren't taking it to the context of the time period it was made into account. Apparently, it might have not really been intended to be a romance, but like a cautionary tale. That's what I've heard, anyway. So that's kind of a neat thing. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet's definitely an interesting story. Big fan of Shakespeare. Macbeth's my favorite one. Anyway, back to our own tragedy, speaking of. Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. The Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No! I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. I'm sorry. But you're going to have to excuse me. Oh! She just flipped us! What the? That was a Susato takedown. Yo! Susato, what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? You are? Oh my god, guys, we got to 250! Sorry, I'm really excited today. Oh my gosh, congrats! Thank you on being my 250th! We did it! I'm gonna have to make it like, we gotta do something special when next week for it. I'm like, let's go! See, that's what I've heard. It depends on the region, I think, but also there's like a lot of stuff specifically in the original like text that might suggest. I think it's one of those things where it kind of depends on which version you might be reading. Gosh, I can't believe you're my quarter. That's so amazing! It's amazing! Arigatou gozaimasu! Arigato! Wow! You guys are amazing. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. Take down, upside down. Let's go. I love that the perspective is still upside down. But how am I supposed to? Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some of the evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. This one. This is the paper seal I wrote from the wardrobe. I remember really working hard to make it. But I'll never forget how Kazuma reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? He said. Still, I was sure people would get the idea even if they couldn't read it, so we used it anyway. And it worked! And I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors. Akeru na. Akeru na!
Yes!
Hi! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Yes, of course! The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma! Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor. Only sometimes, teapots. Only sometimes. Less than you think, more than I'd like to admit. I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susaru-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? I really hope this Susaru takedown is a recurring theme for no reason. Well, in light of the evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you! So you finally believe me? I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. It's true! He goes, naruhodo, naruhodo. And he's like, yes, that is me. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. All right, let's get to work, Susaru-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy the evidence, for example. Right. She thinks for magic! That's adorable! Well, anyway, I should make a start on the investigation. And on investigating in here, examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death! Fishing line, ooh. Hi, Baba! Hello, hello! I'm not magic yet. We're working on it. I actually have been trying to learn magic tricks. I'm so bad at them! Ooh hoo hoo! Examine! Ho ho! We got a thing. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all the passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. You think that's gonna be relevant? What? Ah, heck yeah! What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Hey! I can't decide. Hey! Yeah, it doesn't say anything about murder. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Literally? Is this your card? No. Can it be? I did one of those thumb tricks one time where you have a fake thumb. I we're tied up, we can be more than— no, Goose! I had the thumb trick, and I did it for a small crowd of children, and the thumb came off, and it sprawled out, and it looked really silly. But luckily, I was in a play when I was doing that, so my co-stars were able to work with it, and the kids thought it was really funny. I don't think you can hurt anyone with Ryunosuke, so I'd say pet. You guys are so silly. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Nodohoro-san? Whoa! I'm sure you're careful to look around using these buttons, aren't you? Whose nose is that? Oh no. Now, let's investigate all corners of this cab. Nobody knows. Bye-bye-bye! Enjoy your flight! Be safe, be safe! Thank you for popping by! Hi, let's do this! I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Yes, yes! Okay. We got the ink bottle. Can we... Oh, there's the thing we're in. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Is that really something you want to be nostalgic about? Ah, yes. I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Ooh. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. No, it is not. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Oh, yes, I got a little check mark to tell me what I've already looked at. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. Whoa! Oh my god, he has the messiest writing I've ever seen. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. Oh, that made me really sad. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Well, let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! Nice. That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed from this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. He's secretly a doctor, that's why his handwriting's so bad. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Hey, I just realized. Why are all these knocked over? The bookshelves, the books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Amity walks into a bar since she has a date, but after hours of waiting, she didn't show up. She got ghosted. Bwop bwop. It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. Oh, that was me speaking. Yeah, it's possible the ride could have been just rough. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing this morning's sword training. Do you think? I seriously doubt it. Amity walks into a bar and passes right through. Unless Amity was on the same floor as Kazuma, she couldn't have done it due to having to go up or down the stairs, since that's the only way to... I was on the same floor, unfortunately, so that does implicate me a little. I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps...
It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Ooh. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Alright, so we've inspected that. Floor! Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. My question is, why is it Russian? Does he know Russian? Hold on. What? This might just be like my art brain reading too much into this, but there is like red along the lines. It looks like somebody changed the colors. I think it might be just an art thing. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? He was rushing to write the message! Ha ha! I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. That's definitely Russian. Yeah, I think originally it was supposed to be in blood, and then maybe they changed it at some point in development. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? I wonder if he knows. What's this thing? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing is, it seems to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Ah, but it turns brown! Doesn't turn purple. It's purple. 90% sure this is actually inspired by a Sherlock Holmes case. I think I know the one you're talking about. I want to say it's a study in Scarlet? No, that's the Irene Adler one, isn't it? Ah, jeez, I really gotta reread the whole Sherlock Holmes. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? I think the Russian might be a way to implicate somebody else. You know? Because maybe they didn't know he's not Russian. So I'm like, whoa. And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. That looks like blood. Thank you, Shugo! There are investigating detective glasses. With our lawyer wristband or armband. Yes, you're right. It's the color of brick, isn't it? Now that looks like blood. Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Though we do know in this game, old blood is just gonna keep its red hue for the sake of simplicity. That's what happened in the last case. I got the whole fit. Alright. There's where we are. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Yep, I don't live. I unlive. I'm unalive. Or dead. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Oh, vent! Sus! I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. Sus! A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, it looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, that would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it would be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Makes sense. Oi! What? As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. I don't think that's the problem. Oh, when did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san almost look uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on the people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. I don't know if I want to. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you have a moment? You think we should make this guy British? What do you guys think? I don't think I could pull it off. Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Terrible accent. I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. Ah! What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Oh my gosh, look at this guy. I love his steampunk detective vibes. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? I feel like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. Mecha Sholmes. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive, just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. I think this guy's an idiot. Sorry? Oh my god, he's a shit detective. What? And now, whilst adventuring towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce do I know that, perhaps? It was really the most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things.
There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled from your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and you now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the bedridden occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives my eyes.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. This guy's a freaking moron. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am.
Oh my god!
Do you see another in this cabinet who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name.
I don't even see one person who fits the bill! Oh my gosh. I just had the dumbest theory.
So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma.
Really? What?
And you're plotting a revolution too. It's a shame. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, listen, there's no way Hiya! Thank you. I mean, ow!
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously.
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction is that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head.
Ah, but was I not right?
He doesn't even deny it! Oh my gosh. He just used, I'm gonna make some shit up.
Whilst adventuring towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Do you not?
Well, yes, maybe. Hey, a stop clock is right twice a day.
Ha! There you have it. You see? What do you make of that,
Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure if you could call it a deduction or a plain observation.
Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude.
We know.
And more often than not, I'm right!
You're like 10% right there, buddy. And it was the obvious stuff. Okay. I don't think you've introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Sholmes.
It's him! He's here!
So, it's really you? The actual Sherlock Sholmes?
Oh gosh, it's such a silly name.
The very same, the inimitable, actual Sherlock Sholmes.
Do you know this man, Susato-san?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
Me, I haven't. What planet have I been living on then?
We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Nope, no he has not. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Is he gonna be our Edgeworth? Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rand's magazine full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from London. From England especially. Why is he kind of fine though? Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then?
Indeed, I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward.
Backward?
That my trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in a magazine.
You have a biographer, do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson. Oh.
Ooh. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Hey, I'm not a Judy! You're a Judy! No Judy! No! Oh, I got some bad news for this dude, though. Who? Dr. Wilson?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Any specific place or just the whole of it? Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, to me is a science. Is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science? Really?
The astute observer notices the most subtle of reactions in his subject.
Yeah, he's JoJo posing.
A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arms, sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these are data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from his data in the blink of an eye.
Is it data? I don't know. I don't know what Britain's people say.
The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look at me in the eye and claim that?
So you see, I have a turn for both observation and for deduction. And fame.
Sherlock Holmes Ohio version? Which, did I get data or data wrong on, yo? I know people say it from different countries. I say it in whatever way is easiest at the moment.
That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Cosima's death. You know, his epic prank. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. This guy's an idiot. I love him.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes! Luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board.
Oh, he's so gonna be our Edgeworth.
And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah!
The very moment I laid all eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? 2 facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. And what were they?
He's like, I know some right away, guys. I'm so smart.
I'm so smart.
Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from the mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering the escape of the culprit out of the question.
Yes, I think a toddler could have told you that.
Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Incorrect on both counts. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor.
I don't know how to read that.
That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think Kazuma-sama would have left a dying message? Oh,
Do you really think Kazuma-sama would have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
no, he's Japanese! Kazuma was Russian, was he?
Initially, I considered Gadro may have been the name of a killer, a certain Robert Gard, perhaps.
Ah, it is a reference!
But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Yeah, he does.
Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Well, your memory serves very wrong, sir.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
I guess you'd say details.
Oh. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes. Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Kazuma.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, thank you.
The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray?
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that?
Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Certainly, if it interests you.
I can't read that, sorry guys! I should probably learn, like, Russian or something. How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian! Russianじゃないよ! Can we talk about your deduction before? The thing you concluded about me, I mean...
Ah, then a now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 parts?
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction.
Was it?
Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Dude, I look nothing like that.
This vessel made a port at Shanghai yesterday, and last night a young Russian was murdered.
Dude is so freaking blind. He looks at that beard, he's like, oh yeah, obviously if you took away that beard, you get this dude. Since when was Kazuma a Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary.
What did that one podcast say? Never believe a good story. Never believe a good story. If Occam's Razor is making a very interesting, thrilling tale, you need to look a little deeper at the details.
One who would kill the very man who helped him escape after the true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik.
I cannot hear Sholmes' brain cells rubbing together because I think he only has the one. It's ping-ponging. It sounds like a pinball machine. Yeah, don't meet your heroes. They might just be very handsome, very stupid detectives. No, how can it be me? I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Oh, he's so dumb. Guys, he's so dumb. Oh, I can't handle this. He's so dumb. Oh my gosh. Oh, please.
And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
That's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he was plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik has included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
It depends. I don't know if this guy would. And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik was recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Bro is so in last place, he thinks he's in first place. This is Dunning-Kruger effect and it's no, you know what, this isn't really Dunning-Kruger effect because that would mean he's average. This dude is an extraordinary moron. Loops right back around to being impressive. This Afghanistan place.
Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, he's so, oh God, I can't. He's making me look like a genius. Thank you.
I've absorbed all of the interest, all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby.
Thanks. I can't. Oh, there's no rubbish bin. I'm just gonna give this to you, the next best thing. Thanks.
And you may find the article on the back of the page of interest as well.
I will be your lawyer.
On the back, cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. What were you just investigating? Oh my god, yeah, he's so dumb. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desks, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment. The desktop of the victim.
He does have an IQ of a dodo bird because his brain cells are extinct. Himbo confirmed.
We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary.
Cosmo was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you want to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. And yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Wait, so you know it's Japanese, but you thought he was Russian? Whatever. Oh, I missed that. Something about the Sasato takedown. Oh, she's not gonna do a takedown? Sasato-san, aren't you gonna throw the detective one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san.
What on earth do you mean? Oh, it's just for me. Life is so unfair. I would say that's the opposite in this case. Look, this man's really dumb. I think he's only ever read Japanese and like learned it from books. I don't think he's ever talked to anybody outside of England.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering! Sayonara bonsai mikado. Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters of which I can read precisely none.
Me though! He's just like me for real. What happened to leaving Cosmo's private thoughts? I know, right? I think she just wanted an excuse to flip us. So what was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
Why can you read it?
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
Oh, you back off. You back off.
The final entry here in Cosmo-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
Ryak, no! That case has been I was proven innocent. A whistling sound. Oh, I don't want to hear any whistling. Whistling gives me headaches.
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Snake! It was a snake! The snake replaced his headband. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice on the wall there.
The lattice? Lattice?
The lattice there on the wall, connected to the adjoining cabin.
Yes, the adjoining cabin. No! They're squishy! They're squishy! They can't kill! My thighs are squishy! I don't do exercises! The bandanas! Typo bandanas! No! I don't do any exercising! I don't walk! I float! My legs are not strong enough! This is fallacy! What's the fallacy? Cosmo's diary has been entered into the court record. What'd I just say? Never believe a good story! I can float, therefore I have no need to exercise my legs.
So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
No, typos, guys, typos.
Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
I gotta keep moving.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate.
There's always chaos all the time, Ariok. That's the way of it. That's the way of the world.
Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think perhaps we could go with you?
No, that would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer.
Oh, anyways.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no?
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Sippy sippy.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
You call me the killer! Oh my god, he's so dumb, I'm gonna kill him. You must be joking, you just said only a moment ago!
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? No, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal. You know? Not really.
Yeah, I'm drinking water because I keep yelling. No. So what, are you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
Well, anyway, that was then, and this is now.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly, roll over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude. What a jerk. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Hiya! Nice. Ow.
After Kazuma-san spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
Hi, Shardiums! As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining if we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice. Yes, shut up! Okay, let's look at this stuff. His sword!
That's Kazuma-san's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on his trip.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. I can't wait for him to jump out of the closet and be like, oh, it's just a prank, bro, I'm okay. Okay. There's some stuff. Is that That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But
Did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma spent his last night on Earth without with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. I'm glad it was a good time. Goodness. I just read your message, Ryak. No, I'm not on say so. You're on say so. Meh. Ugh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Wait, knife! That's my dinner from last night. Uh-huh. Okay, we already saw this one. Knife! Knife! We don't have a Discord server up just yet. YOKAST, we're still working on kind of getting it up and running. We want to make sure it's absolutely perfect and running perfectly before we like really release it. But we do want to have one up for our fans and such. Well, I'm thinking I want to have one just for Poltergeist. Oops, I hit a button. But we'll have some for spectators and for the brainiacs and for the bugaboos and for the scraps. We need to get you off the copium about Kazuma's living status. He's fine. It's just a prank. He's going a little far with it, but you know, it's just a prank, bro. I said that, yeah. Amity's on say-sos. You're my polter gremlins. Alright. Ooh, tablecloth. There's nothing on the table at all. Let them cook, it'll be a good prank. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So, then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No! No! Oh, banner! Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? I think the chicken did have sleeping drug in it. Even though you stowed away onto the ship. I didn't hear what you just said. You cut out for a second there. Now you're gonna bring that up, are ya? I can't win. That's kind of mean. It's kind of unnecessary. Before I talk to him, I wanna look at the room. What's that thing? Oh! This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying about... I read it about it in a book I was studying that talked about the Great Life in Britain. She's gaslight gatekeep girl bossing us! Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously.
suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. Aww! No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Aww.
Bed. Okay, we've already looked at everything over here, I think. Aha!
When I went for help from the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed.
And it's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside in a situation like this. Whoa! Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? Oh! I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabinet and its frame are metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Oh, she's looking at us mean. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh! Look over there. The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. But I suppose I could try. Okay, first things first. I want to talk to this dude. Excuse me? What? I was wondering if I could ask a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside?
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny.
We're in the middle of sea. There's no chance of me escaping.
Niet! You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they will do with you. You stay.
Alright. There's no point in trying to appeal this man's better nature, that's for sure. Okay, now let's talk to this dude. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help but feeling I've seen him somewhere before. Have we?
Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir.
Hey, wait a second!
Yes? What can I do for you?
It's him! It's him! It's Hosonaga! Why does he keep dressing up as like waiters and crewmen and servants and stuff? I recognize that face, but it can't be. Yep, it is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
I love that he still got his arm out.
Hello again.
What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship.
Again? I don't know. I wonder if it has anything to do with that revolutionary stuff.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me get out of this hopeless situation. Let's converse. Hold on, actually, I want to check out the court record, because I haven't actually looked at any of the evidence. I want to look at this. Just have to look at the other side. Ooh, she's pretty! This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, but I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? I think she's a ballerina.
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article.
Oh, he's back!
Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. Pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novavik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, a talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Like Pavlovian? Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the young woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which was worth some 20,000 rubles.
That's a lot of rubles, I think. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novavik Ballet.
Is it Novavik or Novavich? Novavik Ballet, I think that's easier to say.
It would seem the director is beside himself with worry.
There's a dessert called Pavlova? Ooh. That sounds yummy. Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports and with sailings to Great Britain.
Novavik.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
It's a tricky language, but it's very pretty. Alrighty. Yeah, and I think we've already taken a look at everything else here. It's no longer billowing. It's so sad. Kazuma! Kazuma! Poor guy. He's okay. Special orders! So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
Huh? For what?
My orders were to act as Asogi's bodyguard.
God dang it.
It was the Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas studies tour to go ahead.
Wait. Doesn't Jikoku mean hell? Probably not. We're probably fine.
And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
He was assassinated! How could that have been a possibility?
I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said that we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it! Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day.
He's alive, he has to be. He's just hiding.
But I never imagined it would happen here. Inside his own cabin. Not here in the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result.
He's fine, bro. It's just a prank.
I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word.
He's a ride or die, bro. Permission to investigate. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma-san's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer?
Of course not!
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety.
Oh, so sorry, that yawn snuck up on me. Wah! I'm not sleeping properly. I'm too busy playing video games.
If you've moved even the touch of the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well.
That would be possible. Now, would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had some solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the cabin to allow it. Really, I'd lay down my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you had already in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you're in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? All right. Yes! I think I might know what we can use. Let me see if I can present the detective with evidence that he needs to persuade the captain. Present.
What's that?
Because it talks about something coming from the vent! It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Snake, I'm calling it here. It was the snake.
All right then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain?
captain. Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. Sorry about the handcuffs. You'll have to Regal Bryant this shit. And I promise you that I'll lay down my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asoki-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you!
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at once. At last.
Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Bop. Woohoo! Off we go! Whoa! 9th of January, 7:48 a.m. SS Budia. First class cabin passage. Whew! Finally out of that cabin.
I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting.
It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and it's the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent to, on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in the steerage.
Ah! Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there! That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he was sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
Wah, wah, wah. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Cosmo's trunk when I first came on board. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Okay, let's examine. Ooh, map. This looks like the plan for the SS Budia. It shows this each deck, look.
Budia is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skin hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Woohoo! Well, it's been playing in my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink into the bottom of the ocean? Woohoo! The science behind it's fascinating!
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship.
Oh, no!
And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the seas since the gods created them.
They're not floating, girl! Oh, that's so cute. They're sitting atop tectonic plates. Oh, that's so cute. Well, I suppose so. I guess geography and geology isn't as advanced right now. That's a huge book on the top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been so meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing, no reaction at all. I thought he might have appreciated the compliment. It was kind of backhanded.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Oh, presumably that means that there was nothing to report. Meaning nobody was in the hall. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? What are those burns?
You little stowaway murderer!
That wasn't a good start, was it?
All right, Let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid!
Oh, he's mean. What's with the tan marks?
Oh.
We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I am not sailor. Mother gave me name. I am senior crewman Beef Stroganoff.
His name's Beef Stroganoff. Woo! This thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. First class cabin area. Mr. Stroganoff, about the first class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you into an ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you!
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next door to Osogi's currently occupied?
Ah!
Susato-san, do you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes, or no.
Da is yes, niet is no.
Genius. It is not permitted to fish at other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize the time. Okay, we might go just a little bit over time. Sianna, I believe it's gonna be streaming soon. So I'm just gonna finish talking with this dude and then we're gonna cut. How's that, guys? And I love the play on words for these names. Can you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next door to Mr. Osogi's? Also, can we just appreciate Beef Stroganoff? Nummy nummy.
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott.
Grimsby Roylott.
He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such men would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Isles.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like anyone's there.
Well, presumably since this gentleman's occupying one of the first class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right? That is not your business.
And last night. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
Ah! I don't think he was. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Niet!
Susato-san? Did you understand that?
It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Or sense anything it was wrong in some way? He's looking away, he's averting eye contact!
I said no!
Sorry!
I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
Oh.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when lobster whistles on top of mountain, or as English say, when pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Haha.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. This is the perfect time to save, everybody. We're overriding. Alright, let's head over to the TGAAC. Wow! Woo, what a stream! Wah! It's a time, I believe, now for Sianna Fangari. She should be streaming shortly, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Is that tonight? Hold on, let me make sure I actually know who's supposed to be streaming. Maybe not? Is it? I guess she didn't come out with a schedule this week. No worries, no worries. Let me check the other schedules for the week. Romeo's already streamed today, and I don't think Casey's streaming today, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Yeah, I think she would. I could have sworn she mentioned something. Iyo, 大丈夫です。大丈夫. I may have misheard. Sorry guys. Oh no. Well, either way, I think this is a good place to call it. Because I'm also starting to get a little bit lightheaded. It's really, really warm now that it's starting to get warmer and warmer. And the attic's been heating up really fast, so... In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for coming. And thank you for dealing with how dumb I can be sometimes. Alright. With that in mind, I have been your ghostess with the mostest. Signing off. Mata yure to oyasumi. Bye bye.